Okay, so I need to put my like show shirt on.
Oh. You're kidding me! No!
Alright, so I'm ready now. I'm just gonna go put this away. There we go.
Hi, I'm Nalie and welcome to the Nalie Show, where I help you beat your battles and be the best version of you. I always say that because the whole point of this show is to prove to you that we all have our battles. And even the strongest, most successful people who seem to have it all together face personal struggles every day. But I learned that there's two types of people in this world. Those who let their problems knock them out and those who are in it to win it. Today I am hanging out with Samantha Romiti, boxer and coach. When you meet her and you see her swag, you're like, damn, this girl is tough and strong. But I also learned that the strongest people have the most difficult past. At a really young age, Samantha lost her father to suicide, and she feared that perhaps depression was gonna take her away too. But she literally and figuratively chooses to fight back every day. Whether it's in the ring or life overall, she is a fighter. And together we are teaming up to give you 5 tips to win your fight. I am so pumped. This is how she gets me, you'll see. We'll see you soon. What do you want to drink?
I'd like some water, and since it's a special day, can we add some lemon?
Okay, I can't concentrate because there's Ellen on her freaking shirt. Tell us, how did you start boxing? When did you start boxing?
How did I start boxing? I actually used to be a basketball player. I played AAA for many, many years. At the age of like 17 till about 19, 20, I wasn't playing basketball like on a team, so I was kind of lost because I've always been an athlete.
Yeah.
And then one day, like, I was watching an interview. This guy, one of my friends, was at my house, and he's a fighter. He's an MMA fighter. He showed me an interview of a woman fighter. Her name is Ronda Rousey.
Of course.
Okay. This is before she was even in the UFC. So at this point, like, women did not exist in the UFC. Like, it didn't exist, you know? So I'm listening to her talk, and I'm like, so this girl's a boss. Like, there's no women in the UFC, and like she's gonna be the first woman, and it's like she tried to create something that didn't even exist. And then not only did that catch my attention, but I was looking at her train, and I could see in her eyes, and like, she has pain. Like, I could just tell that like she's something, I don't know what had happened, what not at that moment. And then she kept talking, and turns out her father committed suicide when she was young. And when I was younger, my father committed suicide. So I was like, oh my god, like, she fights like for her dad, you know? And it's like, I could tell that, like, because everyone trains for their reasons, and for me it's like you could always tell if it's like to kind of like heal yourself and whatnot. So I was like, she's healing herself through fighting. So right there I was like, that's it, I'm gonna be a world champion. I started telling my friends, and they thought I lost it. They're like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
And you never boxed before?
Never, ever. Like, never even threw a punch, nothing. But I knew I was tough. Like, I've always been super tough.
Yeah.
I knew I was tough. So I was like, guys, I'm gonna be a world champion. And they're like, a world champion in what? I'm like, in boxing. And so they told me I was crazy, I was too old, because you're supposed to start when you're young. I was like, no, watch. And plus, it's like, females, honestly, like, we're really great and stuff, but we still have to work on getting more out there when it comes to combat sports. So I walked into the Grant Brothers boxing gym. Howard Grant was there, which is like a super high up coach. And I just looked at him and I told him, like, I'm gonna be a world champion. And he's a very honest guy, and he just laughed at me. And now, people do believe in me, although like I'm injured and stuff, but I laugh at them now because I'm like, you guys are hating. You didn't believe in me at first, you know?
And you said that Ronda inspired you because her father had committed suicide, and you just said that your father committed suicide.
Yeah.
Too. How old were you?
I was 3 years old.
Do you have like memories of your dad?
I didn't get a chance to know him as like a young adult and stuff, but like he was super into sports. He boxed too.
Really?
Yeah, he did judo and stuff. He was a huge hockey player, and like we looked like identical and stuff. I always felt like I was like a part of him, and I looked at it, and when I was a teenager, but I had to let that part go, I looked at it, I was like, if I was older, I would have saved him, because I feel like he just needed to be understood. So as a teenager, that's when it like affected me the most.
And how did it affect you?
For me, it's because I've always been like, it doesn't seem like it, but I'm very sensitive. I'm like a softie. My friends call me like a watermelon, because I'm like
hard on the outside,
soft on the inside. When I was younger, I had so much difficulty with it, and I would always think of my dad, and like I couldn't deal with my emotions. And it's like, when I would get really upset, like I would lose it. I would like punch a wall or something like that. Okay. And as a girl, like if a guy does it, it's chill. It's okay, oh, he's just mad. As a girl, like, oh my god, you need help, you need to express yourself, talk. And I was never one who wanted to talk, because like I've had so many things happen to me that it's like I always kept everything inside.
Yeah. Do you know why he did that in the end?
Well, like I know he had like his own like problems going. Like everyone has like some sort of problems, but from what I understood, I feel that he was just like lonely and like misunderstood. And this is exactly why I try and like talk to people about it, because like if you know me and you're watching this, you probably don't even know that this occurred. It's only my close people that kind of know. So I just I just speak about it to be able to like help others, because I feel that the biggest problem is people just want to be understood.
Of course.
And so it's like for me, speaking my mind and being honest about it and saying what like I've been through, I feel like the next person might feel understood and then they'll be fine.
That's the whole point of this show.
You know, so it's like
you're like, for you to do this and like share this with millions of people right now is super brave of you.
You know, so that's why I want to do it. And for me, I will never have like the perfect answer to it, but I really believe that he just wanted to be understood, and like he wanted to be like loved and stuff, you know. At one point I was upset, but like now I'm older, I forgive him, and the more that I've learned to deal with my own emotions, the more that I forgive him, because I understand how scary it could be when you're all like rattled in your own, like, emotions. I know he would be proud of me and stuff, like
100%.
So like I just try and
because you said you wished you could have saved him if you were a bit older, but honestly, you know, like you said it yourself, there's things that you can't do, you know, there's
sometimes
things that there's answers you'll never have, but what you can do now, and I think you're doing it like flawlessly, is, you know, you're taking care of yourself, you're getting through it yourself, and he'd be so proud of you.
Obviously if I could bring him back I would, but like I look at it, you always have to find positive in every situation. I look at it as I have an advantage when I will be able to box again, because like I know for a fact like he won't let anything like happen to me, you know, like I feel his presence. So it's like I look at it as like I got something.
But you're bringing him back in you. That's how I see it.
And like I'm just trying to fight for him, because like he unfortunately lost to his battles, so it's like I'm gonna continue fighting.
What would you say is your fight right now?
My fight currently, well, there's two things that cross my mind. Boxing obviously is my physical fight, but boxing is actually the fight that saves me, as crazy as that sounds. But my actual fight will always be like depression, because like people think that like, well, I am very happy, but like it's a choice. Like I constantly work, and like I've learned to like kind of understand my emotions, and learned that sometimes you're gonna feel some type of way and you can't get rid of it. But like your mind is completely separate. But my biggest fear is always like reaching a point in depression where like I would think of doing things like my dad would do. So that's why I constantly try and help others as well, because for me, helping others gives me purpose. So it's like when I feel that like I'm like, if I'm upset with myself or I feel really badly, like to keep it away from being selfish, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm like, okay, I have these people, you know, like I'm coaching people, like I can't let anyone down, you know.
Fighting is such a huge analogy, especially for cancer. You know, everyone uses the analogy of war or being like in a
She's
fight.
the #1 fighter. #1, way better than me.
Like, what would you say? Like, life is like a boxing match.
Right? Life is boxing. To everyone that's friends with me, and you guys are gonna share this and you're gonna act like, oh, go Sam. You know that I hate when I'm always like, oh guys, it's like boxing. If you have a boyfriend and he breaks up with you, it's like boxing. It is, it's like boxing, you know, you got hit, boom. Boxing, but they just don't believe me. So
what would you say is like your motto? Life is like boxing because?
Honestly, as the easiest way to put it is because you can't give up, you can't quit.
Love it.
That's what it is. There is no option with giving up.
Frame that. Life is like boxing because you can't give up.
Right?
Samantha Romiti.
There we go.
I'm gonna put that right here.
That'd be nice, actually.
Now that's why she's here, because we want to prove to you that you can win your fight too. I'm currently fighting, so I'm gonna be taking these notes down. Samantha has 5 tips on how to win your fight.
So #1, always be prepared and always be ready. In the ring, you need to train, you need to work hard. Skill, talent, speed, strength, it's not enough. You need to put in the work. And that's the same thing in life, you know? If you want something, for example, you want big things, you're doing it big, right? You don't just sit there and wait things to happen. You're always preparing something. Like this right here, this was prepared. You need to be ready so that when opportunity knocks, you're ready. You can't just sit there. Right now, I currently can't fight, but I'm always working on things, trying to get out there, staying prepared. And the #1 thing I do, people always ask me, Sam, aren't you like injured? Why are you training so hard? Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to like think like I'm going to the Olympics tomorrow morning. Something crazy could happen. I gotta be in good shape, you know? Something could happen. What if they want to take a picture of like my muscles? You know, like you gotta be prepared. So it's the same thing in life. You can't just sit there. You gotta work for what you want. 2, accept and adapt. Okay, boxing wise, you get into the ring, you thought that this person wouldn't hit hard, you thought you were faster than him, all of a sudden, this person is just on you. You don't have time to, oh my God, poor me, oh my God, I'm getting beat up. Oh my God, should I just fall? No, you just gotta accept it right away, accept it, adapt. What am I gonna do? So it's the same thing in life. Something tragic occurs, anything, you just gotta be like, okay, this is happening, what am I gonna do?
I have an example.
Right?
My recurrence.
There we go.
That was something I had to accept, but I was so pissed because I was like, no, I was supposed to be the success story. I was supposed to be like cancer survivor, 10 years cancer free, no recurrence. And then January 2017, bam, cancer's like, hey, I'm back. But you have to learn to accept it and then you adapt.
If you can adapt, you can basically conquer like anything. 3, control what you can. You can't always have control over everything, but you always can have control over something. So how I look at this in boxing, before a fight, I'm gonna be completely honest, even if some fighters out there won't be honest, you're shitting your pants. Can I say shit?
Of course, you can say anything you want.
And then all these negative thoughts start occurring and you start freaking out. Then you have to think, what can I control? You can control your mind. You have to start talking to yourself. Before a fight, for me, when I start thinking too much, I'm like, okay, I can go for a little jog, I can do something. And then when you're in the fight and stuff, like you're panicked. The whole time you're panicked. It's not possible to not be panicked and feel all types of emotions, but you always have to focus, what can I control? And the number one example I could give you guys, if you're running late for work, and it's really not your fault, stop stressing. Already you're late, like what are you gonna do? You're in traffic, what is the point of stressing? If you can control the radio, put the radio on, sing, dance, you know?
I always say my favorite quote, I think I said it several times during the show, but it's life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it.
Right.
And the same way you said before a fight, if you're like shitting yourself, you'll go for a walk. So before my chemo treatment, which I know is gonna knock me out and I know I'm gonna be like bedridden for days, is right before chemo, I always feel great, so I'm gonna dance. And that's why I dance in my pre-chemo ritual. Yeah, exactly. She knows the move.
Number 4, be confident and don't compare yourself to other people. In the ring, you have a fight coming up, I'm fighting someone in the next week, and then I start going on her Instagram, her Facebook, I'm like, oh my God, she runs faster than me. Did you see her time? Oh my God, like this is crazy. When you start comparing yourself, you forget what your strengths are, because if you look at it logically, I actually thought of this in the shower today while I was shampooing my hair, and I was like, say it on the Nalie Show. Basically, people, like, especially oftentimes, I'm just giving social media as an example, no one is going to post other than like these amazing shows, we're vulnerable. No one's gonna post their weakness. They're not gonna show you their weakness, they're gonna show you their ultimate strengths. So you're gonna start comparing your strength, someone else's strengths with your weakness, and that's not good. So why are you gonna compare yourself? Because even if you try and be like that person, it is not possible. Exactly. That person can't be you and you can't be them.
I'm happy you're pointing that out because a lot of people are like, oh my God, but then look, Nalie's doing chemo and then she's uploading videos weekly. I could never do that, but then you do things that I could never do. And what I do is what helps me. This is what makes me happy and this is what keeps me going. If, you know, making videos every week stresses you out more than anything, don't do it. And I wouldn't do it if it stressed me out. It doesn't. This is like my
it's your element.
Yeah, it's my element.
You know, you're like in the ring.
Exactly. Because life is like boxing.
It is. It's exactly like boxing. I'm telling you guys. Number 5. You never give up. It is not an option. You cannot quit. It's just not an option. You're in the ring. You're getting beat up. You go into your corner. When you look at your coach, I quit. No. What are you gonna do? You're gonna adapt. You're here to fight. You gotta fight. You can't just quit. Things are gonna happen. Sometimes my friends and people will be like, yeah, but Sam, you're so strong. No. It's just like, I look at it as like, if you're gonna give up, it's not like, let's say, for example, your battle, okay? You sit there and you say, I give up. It's not gonna get easier. No. It's gonna get worse.
No.
So it's like you could at least just try and get out of it, because giving up, you think it's gonna help you, but it's actually gonna bring you like lower.
Yeah, your body's gonna listen to your brain. The same way I tell my finger to move right now, my brain's telling that if I say I'm gonna give up, my body's gonna give up too.
The mind is so powerful, and actually that made me think of this other thing that I was telling people, why you're gonna be 2-0. You wanna know why? Because the mind is so powerful. For example, when I'm running, sometimes, like, let's say I run for an hour. At 30 minutes, I'm like, man, I'm fed up of doing this, man. And then I start thinking all these negative thoughts and I feel like I'm dying. I'm like, but then when I start thinking I'm gonna be a champ, I'm gonna be a world champion,
so true.
This and that, then all of a sudden you can run for like another 40 minutes.
It's
which
so true.
proves to you that your body will listen to your mind.
I'm ready to KO cancer.
There we go.
Thanks to this fighter.
Easy work.
With Ellen. Ellen on her shirt.
There we go. I did that.
Alright, and now it's time for the random question.
Oh my god.
It's not even that random, actually. You want to be like world champion, right?
Yes.
So then picture yourself, you're about to get the belt. It's the most important fight of your life.
Will you be there?
Obviously.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Now, you're about to make your grand entrance. what song is gonna be played.
Oh my god. Why didn't I think of this? Okay, hold on. Okay, I got it. You guys probably don't even know this song because it's underground and it's like kind of a G sometimes. This song is called Dreams by Cause.
Can you like sing it?
Do you really want me to sing it? Like, then I put it on in the background?
Yeah, let's Google it.
But this is really like, this is thug. Like, this
Okay,
is,
we're thug on it. Don't get my little blogging studio wrong. We're gangster here.
Okay,
Dreams.
here. Hold on.
So what's your choreo like? Are you gonna like walk in like?
Well, like if I could say, I would just show you. A straight mean mugging like this, you gotta look like just straight. Just being rich, huh? You know? Okay. Then you're just like this, shadow boxing.
Okay.
Then when the beat's gonna drop, done! And I'm walking out. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, world champion.
Let's go.
Samantha Romiti.
Ellen, get her on. Woo!
Now it is your turn to admit. She revealed a bunch of things that she normally only tells her closest family and friends. So, what is your fight? What are you battling? Let us know in the comment section.
Right. Let me know, please.
If you want to talk to Samantha and you want to follow her, her information is right there below.
Right here. Follow.
Where do you give coaching lessons?
At Donnybrook Boxing Gym. It's located at 4912 Brock Street. If you need the postal code for Google Maps, it's H4E1B4. Samantha Romiti. Contact me. We'll have fun.
Book your classes. You're gonna want to train.
Yeah,
I have yet to come train with you.
Come on.
When these lungs clear up,
100%.
best believe.
There we go. Make you a champ.
And then maybe I'll be world champion.
You will.
What's gonna happen there?
No, we're not gonna be in the same weight category. Okay?
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with anyone in need. If you want to check out my vlogs, they're up there. If you want to check out my last episode, it's down there. Don't forget to subscribe. I release videos every Monday. Be patient, be kind to yourself,
be confident, be brave.
Yeah. Woo! Follow Nalie Augustin, tag The Ellen Show, hashtag for Ellen, and get Nalie on The Ellen Show. Thank you, Sam. Show us Ellen in 1999.
Did she change that much? You see, this is a fan. She knows.